My boss stood up at the holiday party, tapped her wine glass, and said loud enough for everyone to hear, "Before we wrap up tonight, I have an announcement. Jess, we're letting you go, effective immediately. Security will escort you out." 200 people. Champagne glasses frozen mid-sip. All eyes on me. I stood up, smiled, and said 5 words that made her face go pale. "I'll see you on Monday." 3 days later, she walked into my new office, not as a guest, as my direct report. And what happened next taught her exactly what power actually looks like. My name is Jessica Lynn, I'm 32, and for 6 years I worked as a senior project manager at a tech consulting firm in Seattle. My boss, Veronica Hayes, was the kind of woman who smiled in meetings and destroyed you in private. She'd been there 8 years, climbed by taking credit for other people's work. Everyone knew, no one said it, I was good at my job. Brought in 3 major clients in 2 years. Managed teams that hit deadlines, got promotions, got raises. Veronica hated that. She'd nitpick my reports, question my decisions in front of clients, forward my emails with commentary about my approach issues. But I had numbers, client retention, revenue growth, team satisfaction scores. Numbers don't lie. She couldn't fire me for performance, so she waited for an excuse. The holiday party was 3 weeks ago. Fancy ballroom, open bar, CEO speech about record profits. Then Veronica stood up. "Before we wrap up, I have an announcement." I was near the back with my team, talking about vacation plans. "Jess, we're letting you go, effective immediately. Security will escort you out." The room went silent. My teammate dropped her glass. It shattered on marble. Everyone turned, waiting to see if I'd cry, if I'd beg, if I'd make a scene. I looked at Veronica. She was smiling. Satisfied, I smiled back. "I'll see you on Monday." Her smile faltered. Security approached. 2 men looking uncomfortable. I handed my champagne to my teammate, grabbed my coat, walked out. Behind me, whispers exploded. I got to my car, sat in the driver's seat, started laughing, because what Veronica didn't know was that I'd been talking to another company for 3 months, a competitor, bigger, better funded. The offer came 2 weeks ago, director of operations, 30% raise, stock options, my own team. The position Veronica had applied for 6 months ago and been rejected. I'd planned to give notice after New Year's, leave professionally, but Veronica just gave me the perfect exit. I called the recruiter from my car. "Rachel, it's Jess, I'm accepting. When can I start?" "We can have you onboarded by Monday if you sign tonight." "Send the paperwork." I signed at midnight, official. Monday morning, I walked into my new building, corner office, 20th floor, windows overlooking the city. My assistant brought coffee. "Your 9 o'clock is here." "Who's my 9 o'clock?" "Leadership transition meeting. Veronica Hayes. She's being transferred to report directly to you." I blinked. "Say that again." "Veronica Hayes, your new direct report. She's in the conference room." The company had acquired part of my old firm's client portfolio, and with it some staff, including Veronica. I stood up, smoothed my jacket, walked to the conference room. Veronica was sitting rigid. She looked up. Our eyes met. She knew. "Veronica," I said calmly, "thanks for coming." Her mouth opened, closed. I sat at the head of the table, opened my laptop, pulled up the org chart. "There's been restructuring. As of today, you report to me as senior project manager. I'll be overseeing all operations, including your accounts." She found her voice. "This is a mistake. I was told I'd report to David." "David retired. I'm his replacement." Silence. She laughed, sharp, bitter. "You think this lasts? I'll have this reversed by end of week. I have connections. I have seniority." "You had seniority at our old company. Here, you're new." "This is retaliation." I leaned back. "Retaliation for what? You fired me publicly, effective immediately, remember?" She stood up. "I'm not working for you." "That's your choice. HR is on the 10th floor." She stared, calculating. She'd left the old company as part of the acquisition, no job to go back to. Quitting meant no severance. She sat back down, but her eyes were still defiant, still looking for angles. "Good," I said. "Now let's talk about expectations." I outlined her responsibilities. Deadlines, reporting structure, performance metrics. She didn't interrupt, but I could feel the resistance radiating off her. When I finished, I closed my laptop. "Any questions? Why didn't you tell anyone about this job?" "Because I didn't owe anyone an explanation, just like you didn't owe me one when you fired me in front of 200 people. She flinched. "You wanted to humiliate me." "Make an example. Show everyone what happens when someone outshines you." She didn't deny it. "You're dismissed." She stood, walked to the door, stopped. "This isn't over," she said quietly. I smiled. "I know." That night, HR emailed me her file, performance reviews, complaint history, disciplinary records. There were 3 formal complaints from junior staff, about hostile work environment, inappropriate comments, taking credit for others' work, all buried, all ignored. One complaint from me and she'd be gone. No appeal, no severance. I stared at the file for a long time. My finger hovered over the forward button. One email to HR, one sentence. I closed the laptop. Not yet. The next 2 weeks were tense. Veronica showed up every day, did her work, but there was an edge to everything. She'd copy executives on emails that didn't need visibility. She'd make comments in meetings designed to undermine my decisions. Small things, calculated things. Then came the client presentation. Major account, high stakes. I was presenting our new operational framework. Veronica was there as the legacy relationship manager. Halfway through my presentation, she interrupted. I think what Jess is trying to say is that we need to restructure our approach. The current framework, while well-intentioned, doesn't account for long-term sustainability. She was rephrasing my exact points, making it sound like I didn't understand my own strategy. The client looked confused. I stopped, looked at her. Veronica, I'm not finished. I know, I'm just clarifying. I don't need clarification, I need you to stop interrupting. The room went silent. She smiled, tight. Of course, my apologies. After the meeting, I called her into my office. That was your one warning. I was helping. No, you were undermining me in front of a client, the same thing you used to do at the old company. I have more experience with that account. I was protecting the relationship. You were protecting your ego. Her face went red. You can't talk to me like that. Yes, I can, I'm your manager. She leaned forward. For now. I opened my laptop, pulled up her file, the complaints, the records. You see this, 3 formal complaints, all documented, all buried by management who didn't want to deal with it. She went pale. I could forward this to HR right now, with one note about today's meeting, and you'd be gone by Friday. She didn't breathe. I closed the laptop. But I'm not going to. Why? Because I'm not you. I don't fire people to feel powerful. I fire them when they can't do the job. She stared at me. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to stop playing politics. You're going to do your actual work, and if you interrupt me in another client meeting, we'll revisit this conversation. Understood? She nodded, small, defeated. Good, you're dismissed. She left, and for the first time, she looked scared. The next 3 months were different. Veronica showed up, did her work, kept her head down. No more games, no more undermining, but I watched, waiting for the relapse. It came during a budget review. She'd submitted a proposal that inflated her team's needs by 30%. Classic move, make yourself look essential. I called her in. Explain this. My team needs those resources. Your team needs half of this, the rest is padding. I'm planning for contingencies. You're planning to build a buffer so you look good when you come in under budget. She didn't respond. Resubmit, actual numbers, by end of day. She did, and the numbers were exactly half. After that, something shifted. She stopped fighting, started asking questions instead of making statements, started saying, I don't know, instead of pretending she did. One day she knocked on my door. Do you have a minute? Come in. She sat, looked uncomfortable. I wanted to say I'm sorry. For everything, I was wrong, about you, about how I handled things. Why are you telling me this? Because I've been thinking about why I did what I did. And you were right, I was threatened. You were younger, faster, better with clients. And instead of learning from you, I tried to destroy you. And now I'm trying to be better. I studied her, looking for manipulation. I didn't see any, just exhaustion. Okay, keep doing that, keep being better. She nodded. Thank you. For not firing me, I know you could have. I still can. She smiled, sad. I know. 6 months after the holiday party, my old CEO called. Jess, long time. Richard, what can I do for you? I wanted to apologize for what happened at the party, and I wanted to see if you'd consider coming back, VP level, significant package. I looked out at the city. I'm happy where I am. You sure? I have my own team, and I'm building something that matters. Plus, I added, I have a direct report who's finally learning what good leadership looks like. Richard chuckled. Fair enough. I hung up. That afternoon, I told Veronica about the call. Her face went pale. About what? He offered me your old position, asked me to come back. She didn't breathe. I said no, she exhaled. Why? Because I like what I'm building, and because you're figuring out how to lead without destroying people. Her eyes got wet. She blinked it away. Don't make me regret it. I won't. A year later, Veronica got promoted. Senior director. She'd earned it. She stopped by my office. Thank you for the second chance. I didn't give you anything, you did the work, she smiled. Most people wouldn't have. Most people aren't me. I thought about that holiday party. Standing in front of 200 people while my boss humiliated me. I thought about walking into that conference room and seeing her face when she realized what she'd done. I I could have destroyed her. One email. One conversation with HR. But revenge isn't about destroying someone, it's about teaching them who actually holds power. I'm Jessica Lynn. My boss fired me at the office party. 3 days later, she became my employee. I didn't fire her back. I didn't need to. She fired me to feel powerful. I didn't need to fire her back. I just needed her to understand who actually was. And that's a lesson she'll never forget.